Hey everybody, this is Jules. This week we didn't have a show, and I wanted to explain to you why that was. Unfortunately, Rem contacted me this week to inform me that he had decided to leave the show. The reasons behind his departure are personal. They're his to share as he chooses or not. I can say this came as a complete surprise to me, and I was not expecting it in any way. But ultimately, we both came to the conclusion that if he was not wishing to continue to do the show, then that's what was needed to happen. This has been one of the most difficult weeks I've had in a very long time, and I know this news will probably come as a shock to many of you. I know it did for me. And for that, I'm truly sorry to disappoint you, our fans. This show is incredibly important to me and to so many of you who listen to it. I know this because you have told me during meetups, through emails, and interactions during the game. That is why I want to assure you
TRDS
will continue. I'm actively searching for a new co-host and have been working hard to modify my setup so I can stream a live show from my own system. The one thing I will ask for is your patience while I work through the logistics of continuing this show that we all love. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I give you my word that I will do my best to bring back the content and environment that have been enjoyed by so many of you. Please watch the Twitter feed
at Rich Dickman Show
and or our Facebook page.
We don't have a Facebook page.
For updates and when the next show will be. I want to thank you guys, Moo Crew, for your continued support and appreciation for what Torn Think Tank has been over these last 2.5 years. I truly hope you will stay with me for the next chapter that will be coming as soon as I can make it happen. That's it for now. Until next time, /Moo guys.
Hey, Ray. Sorry I'm late, buddy.
He used to do a World of Warcraft advice podcast. He even did the original Drunken podcast, changing the game and influencing a generation of podcasters. But he was disgraced, accused of crimes he never committed. Shamed, he disappeared. By the grace and generosity of Mr. Rich Dickman, he was raised again. Seconded by his co-host, definitely not main host, Ray, Rem Dickman has returned, sexier and more handsome than ever. This is The Rich Dickman Show, the greatest podcast ever produced by Rich Dickman with Rem and Ray. Featuring executive producer Randy, producer Ryan, Maddie from Australia, hot drummer Newsbaden, and Svensson. The Rich Dickman Show, your slightly better than mediocre podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 115 of The Rich Dickman Show, the podcast is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Ray. Sorry, Randy. Everything's the same. I don't know what to tell you. You're distracting me. But I am here, and it's 1:15. Ray, we did it. We've reached the peak of the mountaintop, and the only way off here is down. Ray, how are you, pal?
I'm good. I got to first ask you, do you feel bigger, stronger, wiser? Like, how do you feel? 115.
I feel amazing. Why? Because I make good choices. That's right. That's right. Thank you for being here.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. Let me get my notes going here because I'm looking at the wrong stuff. All right, so it is episode 115, and what you just heard is something that I don't know how many years is it now, right? Oh man, almost 6 years ago was word for word what happened after good old Rem took off. That's right. Listen. there is something on the Patreon this week that you might want to listen to. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But, all right. So, hey, this is the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast, again, that is slightly better than mediocre. You can call us 860-316-4776, or you can check us out, richdickman.com, and buy yourself a shirt. If you're in the chat room tonight, bit.do/TRDS1, that's our Discord. You can see Randy and his brand new Rich Dickman Show t-shirt with the cartoon guys of us that he illustrated himself. It looks amazing, Randy. Thank you so much. Kristen, you're here too. Your shirt's on its way. And hey, get those shirts. Show everybody your TRDS pride. Get the word out. That's it. I mean, leave a review.
TRDS.
That's right. Oh, we got a review too, Ray. We had a new review on the iTunes, and that was great. That was really nice.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you. What was it? JMac, the Cosmo Star? I don't know. Ray, I'm weird right now, and I do apologize because we got a lot going on. Okay. Before we move on to anything else, Ray, I do want to say last week we had a guest on. His name was Dave from the Not for Human Consumption podcast, and we had a really good time. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Great time.
Yeah, it was a great time. I wonder what Dave had to say about it.
Look,
Wait, go ahead.
I did 2 podcasts this week.
Yeah.
All right.
This is your third.
Yeah, this is my 3rd this week. Of the 2 that weren't my podcasts, the one I'm regularly on, the Rich Dickman Show was by far the quietest.
Oh,
Okay.
What do you mean?
It's not bombastic.
Yeah, it's very very low energy.
Same thing.
And
No tea?
they have this reoccurring bit with just me because they think that I don't listen to the show at all. And I have here and there. I've listened to maybe half a dozen or 10
Dave's
episodes.
busy.
Offended. He doesn't listen to our show.
Fuck yeah, I don't even listen to our shit.
Dave is so busy, you guys. You don't understand the amount of work that Dave puts in from fucking all his waking hours.
To get
Naps.
no return. But whatever, I'm happy. I don't care.
Give no respect.
So, I don't know how to say this without being rude. You guys need to kick it up a notch. It's just so...
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, get
They
some
literally
fucking
told
air
me,
horns,
hey, this is a
bitch.
family show. And I believed them. But, and then I couldn't tell any jokes, so I was just quiet. And then at the end, Spaghetti's like, dude, this wasn't a family show. I was like, well, I believed them. There was no wink,
Oh, they
opposed law.
They
So
got in your
I was-
head.
They trolled you?
I don't know, maybe. I don't fucking know. But they always do this bit, this reoccurring bit where we ask you, what's your favorite, whatever. And they have a bumper for every single, question that they ask. And
They do that for you. That's awesome.
And only for me. They think that I haven't heard any of it, which is funny. It's a funny bit. I get it, but I don't know. You guys, come on our show and let us be really mean to you. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you're
we
into
can
that,
talk
but-
about your friend Larry, the woman hater. And fucking-
Fucking Ray wants to come on for sure. We'll get them on. We're also got to get Mortem guys on here as well.
please,
Yeah, I'd love
booty, Rem. Please, booty. Come on, bro. Knock it off. Just go search for tits and asses like the rest of us. Fucking got a simp.
And we got to
bot
get
in
the
there,
first
you
podcast.
motherfucker.
We got to get the first podcast boys on as well.
sounds like Dave had a good time. The more I listen to that, the more I realize how stupid Dave actually is. because at first he doesn't get the joke, and then he realized what the joke was, still not getting the joke, then kind of got the joke, but then had to double down because he couldn't go back on what he said. But thanks, Dave. Thanks for coming on and playing along and I guess not getting the joke, but getting the joke at some. I don't know, Dave. Listen, if you're not going to be funny, don't use the excuse you thought it was a family show, especially if you've listened to half a dozen to 12 episodes. What did fuck you say? What was it? I think it's pretty obvious when I
don't
said
even know
go
what
fuck
he's
yourself,
talking
Dave.
about.
We're not a family show. Imagine going on somebody else's podcast, Ray, and saying, "Oh, I wasn't funny because I thought it was a family show." Come on. And then,
Especially because we have listeners that have said, I had to stop listening because it's too graphic.
yeah,
Yeah,
we literally
Yeah,
had a guy
family show.
quit. A guy quit the Patreon and the show because
Multiple.
we had swingers. We had swingers on talking about having sex with other swingers, very consensual sex
too many
with other
porn
swingers.
stars.
And he quit. And then he got really disappointed when he realized all Huel's stories were real. So I don't know. I don't know what you want. And then he got fucking
Family
Dylan
show.
at the end there. This freaking guy. We have a Discord, and there's a not safe for work channel in there that Randy set up for us once upon a time, right? And it's got a bot in there, and you can ask for pictures and stuff. It's funny, right? Nobody uses it, but it's funny, and it got Dylan all upset because it's there because he'd rather us steal porn on the internet. I guess I don't know. Listen, Ray, we have friends who are porn stars. We pay for our porn. I mean, you don't watch any, but we pay for our pornography here.
Yeah, I've never seen porn. Never seen porn in my life.
No. That's right. So, hey, but thanks for coming on, Dave. You piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. Right. Ray, what's going on with you, buddy?
Way too much stuff. It's been crazy busy. Dealing with shitty people at work. Dealing with just general work. But probably the biggest thing right now is yesterday, so Wednesday, signed a contract for a house. So we'll see. It's not a done deal yet. You know, nothing's official until you actually fully sign on the dotted line. To make it official. But end of August is basically the closing date. So we'll see.
Hey, Ray.
But that's been
Ray,
holy shit. That's time consuming.
Do you know what Dave did yesterday?
No, what?
He definitely didn't put an offer in on a house.
He probably just got stoned out of his mind. And what else would he have done? I think that's his capacity for.
So tell me about this house, Ray. Like, where's this house? Is it down the street from you? Are you getting a dog with it? Mm-hmm. Like, what's the deal here? Like, is it a mansion because you live in California? I don't. Tell me more.
Well,
are you gonna have a concrete wall behind you, like me?
No. So because I live in California, the price we're paying, essentially, if I was in any other state, it would be an absolute mansion.
Yeah, you live in Greenwich,
but here it's yeah. So we get by out here. But one of these days, if it's paid off at 30 years and then we move out of the state, I will have a literal mansion, probably at least 5 times as large. That would be great.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
But so basically, yeah, go ahead.
What's the square footage in the house? I'm actually, I can delete this.
It'll be about
but
I don't care. It'll be about exactly. I'm not sure, but roughly 2,800 feet.
Wow. Okay. So you're rocking about 500 feet more than my house for half the price. Holy shit.
Half the price. Yeah. So it's
goddamn.
It's 5 bed, 3 bath. It's got the loft. So, and that's the thing is like, we're in a 3 bed, 2 bath right now. So man, space sucks. Like we're outgrowing ourselves. Like you can see the dresser in the background of the camera right now with fucking kids clothes in it, right? Like this is not an ideal setup, but onward and upward. But basically the way it kind of happened is we were planning on waiting until about November, and we went and just looking at houses over the weekend and go over to check this one out. And they're like, oh yeah, we're doing half off the upgrades in this house. So it was like 50,000 in upgrades. And I was like, so it's doing it for 25. Like that brings it pretty, you get some instant equity if you get this. So basically I went in the office and I was like, hey, I don't know who picked those upgrades, but they suck. Like they're awful. Like I would never do those. So how about if we give you like 10,000 above the base price? And they're like, okay,
and leave
sure.
it alone.
And I'm like,
right.
All right. And the reality is this, like those upgrades are fucking sweet, dude. They already did like the vinyl flooring and downstairs. Like they upgrade the cabinets. There's the covered patio in the back, like added a full bath instead of half bath. Like it's a bunch of nice stuff. Right. So, basically they're a bunch of fucking suckers at this point. I'm getting a bunch of instant equity and they can, enjoy the fact that we're, taking advantage of them. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I hope at your next meeting with them, they're like, hey, we were listening to this podcast and this guy was calling these homeowners like a bunch of suckers.
Yeah.
It sounded like you.
Well, that's the thing. It's a brand new build. It's a brand new build too. So there's like nothing, like it's literally brand new. And so we still get to go walk it and tell them like fix shit. And I work in construction. So I'm going to go in there and be like ripping them apart and be like, you're going to replace fucking everything, repaint this. They're going to hate me. They're going to hate me.
Oh my God. I'm going to hate you too.
But,
keep talking about this.
Yeah. No, so check this out. What is your take on this? In California, they require in 2020 that new builds are required to have solar. What's your take on that?
That's fine. I'm cool with that. Everybody should have solar.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have those. They have the freaking the solar panels that look like a roof now, right? Do they have those yet? The roof tiles?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah,
that's not what these are, but yeah.
I mean, if I had the extra money and more sun access, I'm full of trees around here. God damn, I'd love to get off the grid and be on the get on the solar, right? I'm down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think solar's great. Now check this out. They said you have to buy solar, and you have to buy it through this one company. You either have to lease it for 20 years, or you cannot buy it outright.
Well,
you have to put it on your 30-year mortgage. You have to put it in your mortgage.
Yeah. Nope. That's not cool.
And that's where I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's a monopoly. That's bullshit. Like, I just want to go burn down everything.
That's like,
oh my God. It
that's like
fires
saying,
me up.
hey, I want to get cable. What are my best options? And they say, well, we have Comcast. And you say, okay, yeah, but what else? And they say, well, there's Comcast. Yeah, but I want to price shop. Nope. There's Comcast. Oh, fuck that, man.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Shit anyway.
And not only that, so I looked up like the average cost of solar in California is basically like $13,000. And I asked the lady, I was like, so what do they charge? And she's like, oh, I think it's not that bad. It's like 18. And I'm like, bullshit. So basically, like, they cut a deal with you motherfuckers. So how much are you guys getting? Like, I want to go in there. And so here's the key. I'm about to go light some motherfuckers up. Here's the key. If the permit was pulled in 2019, it does not require solar. That's my understanding. This house was on the market in March. So there's no way it's required to have solar. But you know what they did? They already fucking put solar on it. So what do you think's going to happen when I go in there and I'm like, hey, you guys are kind of idiots. You just put solar on there. Somebody paid for it, but I don't want to pay for it. Like, what do you think's going to happen? Like, what kind of shitstorm am I about to raise?
I don't know.
All hell's going to break loose.
Stay tuned to the Rich Dickman Show over the next 6 weeks as we journey through Ray's home buying adventure.
House buying experience.
Yeah, geez, good luck. Good luck to you. It's
what else you got going on?
Good luck. Oh, man, listen. All right. I don't know. You want to get down into this shit, or do you want to, like, what do you
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we did some shit this week. Okay. First of all, I had lunch with Mama Rem. We haven't had lunch since Corona started, and so we had lunch. Right, it was nice. And Mama Rem sat there across from me, and she looked at me, and she said, "Rem, my beautiful child, you look handsome today." And I said, "Thank you." And then she said, "Can you tell me what is cancel culture?" And I said, "Oh, we're gonna do this today. All right, let's get right into this." So I'm eating my clam chowder, and I'm looking at my mom, and I'm explaining to her what cancel culture is. Basically, a bunch of wackos think you didn't like, they don't like something you said or did in the past, and they have to ruin the rest of your life or career. And then we got into the whole Markonnen of it all, and this is like I'm all about the Markonnen of it all. Ray, I explained to my mother the whole saga of everything. Right. And I told her, yeah, we did a Patreon bonus episode where I read the emails, and this is what happened with Markonnen, and this is what's happening with him now. And it's an exciting, fun story. And look how terrible Jules is. So yeah. So we got.
Did your mom ever meet Jules?
No. Jules was in Connecticut for like a night, and this was like episode 8 when we met her. But my mom always had an issue with Jules giving out professional, mental health advice while not being a professional. Because my mom was a psychiatric nurse for a very long time. So I explained to her the entire saga of what's going on now. And listen, Ray, this is my crusade right now. Okay, I haven't tweeted about it in several days. I think I'm done with that because Chris O'C gets mad at me when I tweet about the Torn Think Tank episodes still being on the feed. I don't know. He's allowed to spew his political nonsense to nobody, right? I can't spew my own nonsense, right? I don't understand the double standard here, Ray. This is bullshit. And
he's Mr. Hard Lines in the Sand. Yeah. Why is he not agreeing with you, saying, yeah, absolutely? Like, you would think he would be all over that.
You know what he says? He says to me, I wish you cared this much about things that mattered. I'm like, Chris, this is the only thing that matters. Are you kidding me? If you can play a game and being in a big guild with hundreds of people and make friends, and all of a sudden somebody doesn't like you and they say something that you did something untoward towards them, and then you're gone. Like, what the? This is this is going on in society everywhere.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. So I explained to Mama Rem the whole thing about that. All right. So let's do some Markonnen updates real quick. All right. I emailed him yesterday. No, wait a second. Let me rewind. Okay. All right. So I've been on a crusade to get the fuck out of here, spaghetti asshole. Piece of shit intern. My question was if Markonnen is such a terrible pervert and manipulator and deviant and sexual predator, then why are the 173 episodes of Torn Think Tank with him on them still on the feed? Right? Because you would think that if people are listening back, all these words, they don't mean anything anymore because he's such a liar and a manipulator and a predator. But yet they remain. So, what was I saying? I forgot. Shit, okay. Wait, Ray, where was I? What was I talking about before that? I'm all excited and spaghetti messed me up. Anyways, if you think of it, jump in. Go ahead.
Oh,
No?
you were just saying that, your crusade is this. And
Yes, I got it. And all right, so somebody reached out to me via DMs who had a show with Markonnen on it, several episodes, and the poor guy got caught in a crossfire. But he is actively working on removing those episodes because he believes in the accusers and said he's heard other stories. Okay, cool. I need to hear other stories before I can go ahead and just be done with everybody. Anyways, okay, so I emailed Markonnen again this week, and I said, listen, man, if you want a forum to tell your side of the story, you've got one. If you just want to come and start making audio bits again, listen, I'd love to work with you because we had a lot of fun doing that. And if you just want me to go fuck off and never respond ever again, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do. So maybe one day I'll hear from him. Maybe he just deleted that email account. I'm not going to go texting him. I still have his number unless he changed it. I'm not going to text him about it though. But that's it. Okay. So it just pointed out how terrible of a human being Jules Scott is. And that she would leave those episodes up there because it's literally all she has left to her legacy in life, right? And it's all she's ever done is have a bunch of fucking people crybaby around her and offer gentle hugs, Ray. Gentle hugs.
I fucking
gentle
hate
hugs.
that so much.
Gentle hugs. And
it literally drives me insane.
Yeah. So, that's all right. So we recorded an episode last week on our Patreon. It's where I read the emails that broke up the show. And I'm not going to spend the whole show on this. Okay, this is it. But if you're interested, you can get in that Patreon and check it out. I'm not about to, I'm still uncomfortable, like really getting public with them on the Twitter and say, hey, look, check it out. Look at this, but I'll advertise them here on our show because I'm more comfortable doing that. But I did clip a little bit of a preview in case you're wondering what kind of stuff is in some of those emails. So here you go. Ray, you might remember this. I have come to resent you for using your bully pulpit to belittle and demean me on a regular basis. This is you call me out on things in such a spiteful, passive-aggressive, bordering on actually just aggressive way, knowing that, as you say, I have no voice to speak back to it. You unprofessionally have begun to do this during the actual airing and recording of Triple T, which at best is unfunny and at worst makes you sound bad and damages the integrity of the show. You're right about one thing. Jules is a wonderful woman. Many of the recent problems that we have had come up because of your actions. You would be lucky to have a woman like her, and I am sorry that you do not. We've worked through our issues and moved forward. Communication, after all, is key, right? Yeah, however, I have come to feel and truly believe that it is jealousy for what and who I have that has made you act so small, petty, and hurtful. Yeah. Goddamn. So if you want some more of that, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. Rem reads the emails. They're all there. And, if I get...
Spicy.
Yeah, if I get angry, I might just put them out for free one day, too. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We do have a voicemail to talk about some of that as well. But, you know what? It's still bullshit. It's still bullshit. Anyways, okay. So enough with that. We had... we got that one. All right. I went to the dentist, Ray. Went to the dentist for the first time.
Erotic or what?
Okay. So as I've said on the show, that I have a thing for people shoving their fingers in my mouth and digging around. I don't know why, but Sarah Starr confirms that is an actual fetish. So I went to the dentist and I'm all I'm all excited. Here we go. I got a different. They had to reschedule me from my original appointment because of the corona. So I had a brand new hygienist, and it turns out brand new dentist come examine me and do my cleaning for the first time. Right. So I'm like, oh shit, here we go. This is gonna be good. All right. Severely disappointed, like I'm just laying in that chair waiting for them to really get in there with their fingers, and they never really did. It's kind of like a weird case of dentist balls, I guess, blue dentist balls. I don't know.
Yeah. So is it more like when you enjoy it, is it because they're like soft and almost like caressing the inside of your mouth, like massaging the inside of your mouth, whereas this is like stiff, bony fingers kind of, or something like that? Like what's the difference?
I've come to realize, Ray, in my older years now, that I like things a lot rougher. So when they're really in there digging around and pulling and pushing things and grabbing, there she is. Hello, Ray's wife. As I'm talking about my fingers in a mouth fetish, there's your lady. Yeah. I think you do this on purpose. Yeah. So it was a very disappointing visit to the dentist. And so I'm sorry to have nothing fun to report. But I am getting a filling done next Friday. So I have to get it redone because it fell out at some point. So maybe it gets some more finger in the mouth action.
fell out where you yanked it out because you were like, damn, how do I get back to the dentist?
God damn, I need some more action.
Yeah, and did you get like the consolation prize of like they have to lean over a little bit and you like the boobs on the forehead or the top of your head kind of thing?
None of that. None of that does anything for me because they have all the scrubs on. You can't, and that's nothing. That does nothing for me. I need the latex gloved fingers shoved in my mouth, pulling things.
Yeah.
Just like, that's what I need. Yeah.
All right. So is this what happens after? When they're like, hey, you go up front and you schedule your next appointment, do you just walk up there and say, first available? Soonest available. Is that what you say? And before they can even say anything, you're just like what's the earliest date you've got?
No, I walk up there and I'm like, what do I owe you today? Is it 20, 40, 60? She did a good job. Here's a tip, and I'll see you in 6 months. Yeah, that's what I do. So there's that. And now, I love it. We have to update the T-shirt saga for the beautiful Sarah Starr. Mm-hmm. It wasn't too long ago, Ray, where you had the brilliant idea of the not porn. And we got Sarah on the show that night, and she said, oh my God, I would love to do that with you guys. And we said, cool, Sarah, we're going to send you a shirt. And Ray sent shirts to Sarah Starr, Lisa May, and Jessica Lust. And Lisa May and Jessica Lust received theirs within the 3 days. And the Ray, or whoever shipped the package, couldn't write a 7 properly. So poor Sarah's package went out to Washington, D.C., and then to Maryland, and then down to Jacksonville, then back up to Maryland, and up into New Jersey, and then out to South Carolina. Then I think it hit Montana. It might have crossed over into Canada for a minute, got held up at customs for Corona Patrol, back into Detroit, and back down to where Sarah lives. Finally, I checked it today and I saw it was delivered this past Monday, Ray. And I got, oh my God, I am so excited now, Ray, because we are going to be able to make the Rich Dickman Show official non-porn. And it's going to be wonderful. And it's going to be great. It'll be the beautiful Sarah Starr getting her pizza, at the front door, but thinking that she's going to get some more from the pizza man.
Finally.
And it's contactless delivery. So, leaves you with as Swiney said, a case of blue balls or whatever the hell he said. All right. So anyways, I DM'd Sarah and I said, hey, Sarah, first of all, I hope you're doing well after your little surgery. Sarah had surgery earlier this week on something to help a condition she has. So Sarah, get well soon, but she's doing great. Yeah. And I said, looks like the shirt was delivered Monday. Just want to make sure that you got it. To which she said, nope, I don't have it. I haven't gotten any packages in 3 days. God damn it.
Interesting.
Ray. I blame you and only you.
Okay.
Because here's why I'm extra mad at you, Ray. Okay. And I don't mean to do this on the show. This is probably stuff we should do off there. right? In private. Okay, we can have these discussions.
have it.
Communication
It's
is key, right? And I don't want to demean or belittle
Yes.
you or bully you with my bully pulpit because I'm giving you opportunity to talk back. However,
I'll have a rebuttal.
this is all your fault. Not only did you have the idea, but not only did you order the shirts, but you screwed up the address, or whoever wrote the thing screwed up the address. One freaking number screwed everything up to the one person who wanted to do something with the shirt, Ray. Not, Jessica had the shirt. She wore it when she was on the show and she probably threw it in the garbage, right? Elisa, we haven't heard from in a long time. So I don't even know that she got the shirt. She didn't say thank you yet. But the beautiful Sarah Starr, who was willing to advertise that shirt for us, doesn't have it. And it's all your fault.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
Well, I would say the one constant in this is, the fact that the post office has had it for a long time. It's obviously bounced around a long time. I think that the real issue here is the illiteracy of the employees that work for the post office. How could they possibly misread and continue to bounce the thing around that long?
Right.
Especially after they contacted me via phone and I verified the address. And it's still been a couple weeks, and they still couldn't get it there properly. If they said it's delivered, then what do you think happened? They put it in the wrong box.
To
oh
a lesser man, your comments there would make them shut up and say, "Oh yeah, you're right." Okay, to a lesser man. However, I am no lesser man, Ray. I'm very handsome, and I'm wise with age, and I know people, and I know things, and I've seen a picture of the way that address was written. And that 7 absolutely does look like a 2. So one of you or your lovely wife, fucked up all of our dreams. And that's it. This is actually going to be the last show. This is it. We're going to quit now. I'm mad at you.
Yeah, because we'll never agree on this one. That's for sure. My understanding through my contacts at the post office is that when a package is dropped off, they're supposed to verify the address before accepting it in full and final acceptance, which was not the case. Therefore, I mean, we've got some proof that there's some blame to go in many directions other than this direction.
Who brought the package to the counter? Was it you or your lovely wife?
It was me.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's your fault.
Oh, I wrote that too. Yeah. Dude, my handwriting, all the time people say my handwriting is great. You know what? Oh, yeah. I saw a picture of the address too. You know what picture I saw? What? Some shitty 100 DPI scan. What kind of technology is the post office using? Holy hell, man. Yeah. They got to get with the times. This is unbelievable.
You know what, Ray? I saw a picture of your mom too.
You know what we need? We need change. We need change in the post office. We need to start from scratch. Yeah. We need to just fire everyone and start from scratch. They obviously nobody there knows what they're doing. Yeah. It's a completely broken system.
Well, you should go start an autonomous zone about it.
Yes, that's a great idea. They've got one up in the Pacific Northwest. Maybe we can get one down in the Southwest. Yeah,
that's where Seattle is.
That's a brilliant idea.
Fucking Ray.
Yeah, we can get one. That's what I'm saying. They already got the one up there, so we could get one down in the Southwest. We can get one down here too. Okay. Maybe take over the whole West Coast at some point. It's a good idea.
All right. Well, that's where we're at. Because we. It was a wonderful idea. That's gonna be great, and it's all gone. Okay, so that's it. That's it for me this week. It's been hot. It's been hot here in Connecticut and humid, and I've had to run the air conditioning. Okay, so I hate that. I've been a little grumpy. I've been doing a lot more yelling lately, and I'm about to be the victim of how to put this properly. I have a vacant position. No, forget it. I can't explain it without getting into too much detail. Okay.
You gotta hire somebody.
Yeah, but I'm being forced into something that I don't want, and I have no choice.
Oh, yeah. There's always a choice. Mm-hmm. You just whip out your dick and throw it on the table.
Yeah.
Say, here's my answer.
You know what, Ray? Maybe if we
Hey,
had
what
a
are they
few more
gonna say?
patrons, a few more patrons, and then we could do that. And we just whip our dicks out and say, "Hey, you know,
Yeah.
what?
Okay.
Fuck you, I quit." All right, Ray. What else is going on with you, buddy?
Well, if we get to 100 patrons, I'll whip my dick out while on camera. What else has been going on?
At 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 100 patrons. They don't all have. They just have to be patrons. Even the lowest tier, whatever the lowest tier is. We might raise the lowest tier to $1,000 when we get to 90 patrons, but you know.
Yeah.
So, you know so I have a baby that's almost 11 months old. You know
You have a baby?
it's like a boob cups or something that women can put in their shirt. It's like the bra cup, if you will. I don't know what it's called.
Well,
They put it in a shirt if they're going to go like braless. No, it's just like a nipple cover almost. It's like just like a little triangle. So those were like laying around the house the other day, and I thought it was just hysterical as I put on the back of the baby's head. It looked like a little baby yarmulke. Oh my god, he's crawling around with that thing on top of his head. Oh, poor baby. Like I'm the worst dad.
Yeah.
But man, he was so funny looking. Oh man, I just thought that was funny, and I thought maybe you'd like to reminisce about the times that since you haven't had a kid that size and what has been 10 years almost.
Yeah, it's been 10 years since my last kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, babies are the worst. We know this, right? I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Like you texted me at freaking 1 o'clock in the morning, like babies are the worst.
All
and
the time.
I'm like,
yeah.
Ray, you should have just pulled out. Like, what the hell's the matter with you? Why are you putting
and that's the problem. And I'm like, I did.
Yeah. Are you
It still happened.
Can you make a yarmulke joke now, even though you're not Jewish, or are you part Jewish and you can do it?
That's a good question. At
Yeah.
some point, I thought I was supposed to. I thought our family tree said I was Jewish at some point,
But
like
you're
a
Asian
part.
instead.
Yeah, I got a really big nose, so people think I'm Jewish because of that.
Yeah.
So maybe
that sounds-
what percentage of my body is my nose? Like 1%. So I'm at least like 1%.
Your nose
Jewish.
is 3%.
Yeah.
Hey-
Well, yeah. If it's Jewish, it has to be minimum 3%. Maybe is
Ray,
that the criteria? Your nose
if you
has to.
I think so. If you ever come out to Connecticut and I just grab your nose while we're hanging out, will you be mad at me?
No, I don't care.
All right. I used to
man.
work with this guy.
Did you see
who
that's the
had-
latest thing? Oh, go ahead.
You know those guys that put these big holes in their earlobes, and they put the big
Gauges.
rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy had those on, and I'm like, "Hey, man," and he's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Those hurt?" And he's like, "No," and I was like, "All right, cool. Can I put my finger through that?" So he held out his earlobe, and I put my finger through it. And I thought it was funny.
Oh, he had a big gauge in there, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah, that's trippy when they do that.
Oh, man.
Did you see that? That's the latest thing. So Deshaun Jackson from the Philadelphia Eagles posted a bunch of stuff on Instagram or something like that about very anti-Semitic.
Oh God. I try not
It didn't
to.
go over well. But
hope
see,
not.
but the response. It was definitely not well received. It was supposedly like some quotes from Hitler, although I can't quite.
Ray, I assume he got fined
It's just
and got
bad.
suspended for it, right?
So far, nothing. The Eagles have said some people have said stuff like he made a mistake, but it's very interesting that all of a sudden no one's really throwing the hammer down on him, at least that I've seen. But there was a guy from the Chiefs, an offensive lineman, who replied, and I believe he is part Jewish. And honestly, the response was what I believe everyone should be replying with, and I won't even try and quote it or anything like that. But basically said like, "Hey, man,
LOL?
everyone makes mistakes." And ultimately, we need to completely eliminate bigotry and hatred and prejudices instead of him like all you see these days, right? Is everyone just being like, someone says something wrong and they're like, "Fuck that guy, cancel that guy."
Yeah.
And this guy, I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome to hear someone say, "Hey, he messed up. He needs to get better, and we all need to get better." So that was honestly a little bright spot in my week when I saw that. I thought, it's nice to see people react properly.
Are they going to play football this year?
Oh man, apparently that's been the plan. But then you've seen, I don't know if you follow, probably not, golf. So they had their first tournament. They've been doing COVID testing and tried to keep people in bubbles.
Yeah.
And then quite a few people over the last couple of weeks, they've had a few people each week test positive. Now, how that happened, still unclear.
It's going to happen.
But those guys have had to bail.
You gotta.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they're doing NASCAR. And it's crazy because
Yeah.
they're doing NASCAR like on Wednesdays or Saturdays and Sundays. I used to be big into NASCAR back in the late '90s, but not anymore. But they're doing wrestling. Yeah, Randy said we had 30 test positive in the WWE. Yeah, I mean, listen, that shit's gonna happen.
30?
You're gonna be. You want the young, strong, healthy people to test positive so they can build immunity to it, right? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. We're not gonna do Corona tonight. No, Ray, no, down. Stop it.
Try.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
as far as this football though, the plan is, and man, I would love it because all you see these days is like all this shit, right? It would be nice to just see like the fun stuff of sports. Like it'd just be good to be able to see that stuff. What else happened? Oh, hey, I might be late on this train, but have you seen those the tiny tacos at Jack in the Box?
I don't even have a Jack in the Box near me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Jack in the Box sells in a box, of course.
Oh shit!
A
Really?
pack of 15 tiny tacos for like
packed
$3.99
from Jack? Yes, sir.
Oh my god! So have you ever had like their just regular like tacos?
No, I've never had fucking Jack in the Box.
What?
It doesn't exist here.
What? Jack in the What is this world coming to? Okay,
No.
we need to petition this. This is unacceptable. Well, Jack in the Box. I was going to ask you what you think of them. Basically, the worst part about the Jack in the Box tacos is the outside of the shell, the outer perimeter. When they however the fuck they cook them, that turns really, really overly hard, and you almost can't eat it. And they're not really good tacos, but there's something about them when you eat it, you want more. There's something in them where you're like, I have to eat more. It's like nicotine or something. I don't know what they do, but these tiny tacos is like the best of all of that, where you don't have too much outer shell, so you can actually eat these things like potato chips, like super hot potato chips. Oh man, it was actually not that bad, but I guarantee you I'll wake up around midnight, not to run to the toilet, but because I will have already shit the bed. There's no way that eating 15 of those tiny tacos
gross.
is a good thing.
What's the matter
Yeah.
with you?
You can't eat that much fast food. You can't eat that much fast food.
Ray,
It's
this
not
is
good.
this is a low energy, not bombastic
This is
show. All right,
this is
calm
a family
down.
show.
It's a family show. You can't talk about shitting in your bed before it. God damn it, Ray.
Oh.
All right, Ray.
Damn
Can we move on? Or do you have more?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right.
No,
This is the
that can be
voicemail
it.
bumper.
Unless you
This
wanna
is the
talk about-
bumper on your left, and this is the bumper on your right. This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry, that guitar riff's too cool not to play twice.
Hey guys, this is Mike Freeman, longtime listener. To both of you, love the show. Yeah, you guys are looking for
Thanks.
our input on the whole Marconin situation, and here's my impressions. Well, first off, I want to say I'm completely against any form of sexual misconduct, discrimination.
Okay, hold on. Isn't it sad that we actually have to preface anything we want to say with that? Like, hey, before I give you my opinion today, I want you to know I'm totally against violence against women. I want everybody to know I am not for violence against women or anybody. It's sad. I understand why he's doing it. You have to, but it's sad that we have to do that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go.
exactly.
Being raped, I'm all about, women equality. Women should be treated with respect and dignity, just like any man. And some of the stuff that we saw online that happened, a lot of the stuff with like Method, I think that guy, that was by all means wrong. I mean, disgracefully wrong to where, I think, law enforcement should be advised. Now, as far as Marconin goes, this is just what I saw, based on what Nymph had put out there. And, all she basically said was that she cheated on her husband. I know she was going through some rough times at home, and I guess she felt vulnerable. But nonetheless, I mean, yeah, maybe he took advantage of the situation, but he didn't rape her. He just cheated. He cheated on his wife, and she cheated on her husband. And it just sounded to me like years later she started to feel guilty about it. And Yes, she probably told her husband that he took advantage of it. It's kind of like trying to put the blame maybe on him to save her marriage. So I don't know. That's all I got now. Maybe there are some other women out there that were, taken advantage of as far as sexually, being touched when they said no, that sort. But no one's come out. All we know of is the whole Nip situation, and he cheated. She cheated. I work with plenty of people that have cheated. Unfortunately, in the medical field, I'm a doctor, and there are doctors that cheat with nurses all the time.
Soap opera city.
They pull Marconins all the time, So that's kind of my take on it. I mean, there's other stories out there about other situations that he took advantage of in a and obviously in a horrible way, like rape or something. Then by all means, he's a bad person and he should pay the price for it. But until then, he's just, he's a dirtbag, cheating son of a bitch. So that's my take.
Thank you, Mike Freeman. Thank you for calling in. I really do appreciate that and giving us your thoughts there. So listen, even the person who said that they've heard different stories about Markonin enough to where they pulled his episodes off of their feed, that person said to me, I don't think he's a predator. Okay. I mean, listen, people, you can't hold your podcast hosts or your online video game players to these remarkably high standards, because at the end of the day, Ray, we're all pieces of shit. Like, really? We're just human beings. We make this human being mistakes. We do human being things. Everybody shits on a toilet. And well, maybe not everybody, but you know what I'm saying? We're human. Yeah, we're human beings. We make mistakes. We do stupid things. There is temptation in the world, and we fall prey to it or fall victim to it all the time. So to single Markonin out as doing anything without any other evidence, without anybody else coming forward to say anything, to single poor Markonin out as being some sort of deviant when he just did what 95% of other people in his position would do, especially when it's being thrown at you left and right, because that's what happens. It's just dishonest. And again, all of his episodes of Torn Thing Think are still on the feed. So how bad was it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple things. First and foremost, is hashtag fire Mike Freeman. If you get that, let me know. Second of all, hey, Mike, appreciate the voicemail. Maybe next time, don't do it while you're multitasking and putting the whipped cream all over your lady.
Hold on. We barely have any listeners as it is. Don't you dare be mean to the guys who want to call in and leave a voicemail, okay? We're up to 8, Ray. We're up to 8 and maybe a quarter. So back off.
Well, definitely this Mike Freeman is a different one that I'm referencing. As well as, like I said, we appreciate the voicemail, but doing it while you are applying the whipped cream to your lady, it's some good multitasking, but the background noise was just a little distracting to me because I can only imagine what you were about to do. But yes, that's what we've kind of been saying the whole time is, dude, it's ridiculous that, there's wrongdoing, if you will, in that, if they're married and they took the vows that are pretty standard, I mean, come on, like, that's messed up, right? But to label him as so much more, then fuck that. Whatever. Everyone needs to move on. And we've already discussed it a lot. But yeah, everyone needs to get off their fucking high horse. Yeah, dude, he's a part of a WoW community. Jesus Christ, you guys act like WoW is the standard for morality in society today. Go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Oh my god,
your game sucks.
Waste of time.
Yeah, no,
I'm so glad I don't play anymore.
You like what you like. Enjoy it. I'm just being an asshole. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah,
let's move on here.
Hi, everybody. Randy here with voicemail. We'll see where it goes. Just wanted to call and say that
These are the best.
Got my new Rich Dickman T-shirt with the Rip and Ray that I poorly illustrated on them.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Sexy.
slightly better than mediocre merch.
You've never
For
looked
sure.
at her.
T-shirt.
It really lives up
Randy's
to the
wearing it
tagline. Good job, team. Got on my Discord shit fixed.
High five.
So that was good. And I just want to say that I'm back on the flower again.
Yeah.
Ray
There
won't
you
know
go.
what that means. I don't think anyone else will, but
What does that mean? Could you explain to me
hate
after the show?
dead pauses and shit, so I won't
Got
do that.
deflowered for a while.
Just wanted to say that I know I've said that several times. I promise that's the last time.
Focus.
Now I'm trying not to say it. Anyways, the Patreon bonus episode where Rim reads the emails, guys. He bears it all on the line. Anybody that knew what was going on back in that day, like, these are the details. You know, and it's just fun to see how things implode, you know? You know is another thing I gotta stop saying. Damn. It's hard. Anyways, check out the Patreon. Fuck Mr. Porno Man. And
Seriously.
anytime, anywhere, Mr. Porno Man. You know how to find me.
Oh, shit.
Because you don't want me to find you while you're, you know, running around doing good things for people and shit.
Globe
That was
trotting.
bullshit. The angle you tried to play at fucking TRDS Mania episode 100. Check it out for the epic beatdown that Randy, the executive producer of the best damn podcast on the internet, laid on Mr. Porno Man in front of the single digits of fans of this show. They're hardcore. Anyways, that's everything that I have to say this week. Rim, I hope you're angry about something, because that
thanks.
helps. You know, really let it out. Even if it's me, boss. All right? You know, we got you the contract you wanted. Oh, I'm going to get cut off. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks, Randy. Thanks for loving the Patreon episodes.
Love
Listen, I'll be honest. They were hard. They were hard to read, and it took me a few extra days to edit it, Ray, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to release it. But it's there. It's on the Patreon. And Randy says it's all the good and all the bad, but they're there. And if you ever wanted the behind the scenes of what really happened, it's word for word. I was thinking about it though, Ray.
Do you feel?
I think I'm missing something in between, either text messages or another email, but it's insignificant because it's, you know, end result. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you feel like it brought a level of closure to things? Anything at all for you?
I'll tell you what it did. Rereading the 2016 emails from Jules, you know, after I apologized for my behavior, it reaffirmed to me that that there was no hope for reconciliation, right? So now when she's being shitty to Markonnen, I don't feel as bad as I may have, right? Because I'm not about it's not about revenge. And it's not about being mean. It's about, you know what? This is a shitty human being. This is a person who gives advice to people on the internet who's really not good at life themselves, right?
Selfish.
It is a selfish, phony individual who got notoriety by giving bad advice to a lot of people, and they still flock around her because she's kept that facade up for so long. And it's not so much I want to break the facade and ruin anybody. I just want people to know the truth. If this never happened with Markonnen, I never would have gone this far about it because I didn't care. But just to see it all happen again, and you brought up the great point. They spent a lot of time together. How much did she actually know before it was convenient to say something? Right? Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just and then rereading everything just made me realize, yeah, you know what? These are two garbage human beings, and the best thing I ever did was quit when I did, because I would have just, you know. It would have been, fuck, like, would they, I don't know, man. I don't even want to think about the future if I was still doing that stupid shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's over. It's gone now. But, yeah, listen, you know, feel free to ask why the Triple T episodes exist. Still,
Well, yeah, right. Well, no, and you said that she gave bad advice, and in my opinion, that's a fact. That's not necessarily just an opinion, or I mean, I'm not going to speak on your behalf. But
My
in my
mom
opinion,
even said
that's
so.
a fact.
My mom's like, yeah, she was giving some terrible advice.
Yeah, and
she told,
and your mom's a professional.
My mom said, like, when you were having troubles in your marriage back then, her first response was get a divorce, leave your kids and wife behind, and start anew. I was like, wait that's terrible advice.
Ay. Well, because here's how I always portrayed her advice, and maybe I'm wrong because I haven't listened in years, but if you see her online persona and what I recall from the past was all love and hugs. You're gonna be fine. We worked through it, and kind of like Nymph's psychiatrist, psychologist. I can't remember whatever the people that were helping her saying, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Like I say, that's 110% bullshit. Now, there is a time and a place for saying, hey, be supportive. But there's also a time and a place where you got to say, you need to take a look in the mirror. You are the cause of this. You have to accept your part in this, and you need to make changes. You can't just sit there and blame everyone else. You have to understand that you are a part of this and learn how to fix it, however that might be. So, yeah, like the whole love and hugs, it drives me insane. I have to stay away from it because all I want to do is yell at him like, it's not all butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. You realize that, right? This is not, the world's not perfect. Even that's what you're preaching. Oh, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. No, you need to take action. And so that's where, in my opinion, it is 110% shitty advice. You have to be realistic, not hopeful. Right. So anyway, I think she's bad. And like you said, it's selfish. She's gaining by providing that quote unquote advice and just has people gathered around her and she feeds off that. Right.
She
benefits. And at no point is she taking a look in the mirror and becoming a better person herself.
She benefits off of broken people. Looking for guidance, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah. All right. So I've got 2, 4, 5. I've got about 6 minutes of Isaac voicemails. Isaac, I'm going to move those to the end of the show, so we can get into it and we can listen. But because we got to move on to a few more things, so I'm going to move the Isaac voicemails to the end, and we are going to do, because we haven't done a proper Dick of the Week in a very long time. We're going to do Dick of the Week. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
Hey, you guys. Mars here. I don't know if this is your alleged last show or anything, or maybe last week was, and maybe this won't even get on. But if anything, it will put a pause on what is likely your 3,000th hour of talking about the Marconin situation. So there's that. So I have a fresh and timely Dick of the Week for y'all, and I'll leave the 2 stolen vehicle couple people for you guys to talk about.
I'm sorry, HDNB, that I think it's important we talk about a poor guy getting canceled for no reason, okay? Jesus.
So, here we go. And guess what? It's out of Florida. Surprise, surprise. This is just awful. All right, so yesterday, a Florida man and his 3 sons are facing federal charges that they illegally sold a bleach-like chemical mixture as a miracle cure for COVID-19, as well as other diseases, by the way. They marketed the substance as, quote, miracle mineral solution, and they sold it nationwide through an entity called the Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing in Bradenton, Florida. A Miami federal judge in April did order the self-styled church to cut the shit, but they didn't cut the shit. Charged in the complaint is Mark Grennan and his 3 sons, Jonathan, Jordan, and Joseph. They could face a maximum of 14 to 17 years if convicted on all charges because, according to the FDA, the solution sold by these guys becomes a bleach when ingested that's typically used for, this is good, such things as treating textiles, industrial water, pulp, and paper. Obviously, drinking bleach can be fatal. The FDA obviously has not approved the solution for any health-related use, but the Grennans marketed it not only as a coronavirus cure, but also a cure for, ready, cancer, autism, MS, Alzheimer's, and AIDS, according to the complaint.
Wow.
The complaint says the Grennans initially agreed to abide by a U.S. district judge's order that they stop selling the stuff, but then they decided to not, and then started emailing her and calling her out in their podcast. P.S. Things never to do on a podcast. In one email, they say, "We will not," all in capital letters, "be participating in any of your unconstitutional," all in capital letters, orders, summonses, etc. Meanwhile, Florida is one of the nation's hotspots for COVID. Almost 10,000 confirmed cases were added Wednesday, one day, bringing its total since March 1st to nearly 224,000 cases.
They're not drinking enough of the
4,000 people have died. But hey, try a miracle mineral, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen.
Fucking Florida, man. Anyway, stay safe, be well, and I don't know. Happy maybe last show. Bye.
Thanks. You know, when it's all doom and gloom, HCNB, people are going to try whatever they're going to try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about self-preservation. I'm not going to drink bleach. I'm not stupid, but there's lots of stupid people out there. So, you know, you got to make money off of them. Right, Ray? What do you think?
I think that Florida, the state, looks like a droopy dick. So that's probably the cause of all the problems.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, definitely
some spot on analysis by Ray Dickman.
Yes.
My God. Yeah, Florida looks like a droopy dick. All right, moving on.
What are we supposed to, like, what am I supposed to say? Like, don't drink, of course don't drink that shit. Fucking morons. And okay, who are is all of Florida super gullible as well? Like, should we move down there and start selling stuff? You know what I mean? Just start selling things so we can make a bunch of money off of incredibly gullible people, maybe? Isaac, you report into us. Go do some, Isaac, go walk the streets or whatever, you know, do some interviews for us. Since you're down there, you're on the scene reporter. So next week, you know, maybe call in, do a speaker voicemail with a couple people down there, and we'll get some live reports next week. How's
Ray,
that sound?
You have half of a great idea. I'm giving you the rest of it right here. Isaac, listen, grab your iPhone.
It was a droopy dick idea.
Or whatever phone it is. Turn on an audio recorder. Put like one of those fedora hats on with a feather so you look like a reporter or some shit from New York. And you'd be like, "Hey, fellow Florida person on the sidewalk, I was thinking, what do you think about this miracle bleach solution these people were selling? What do you think about Corona? What do you think about Joe Biden in a basement? What do you think about Donald Trump being orange?" Like, just ask people questions. I think that's a great idea. I think you should do that. All right. So that's story number one. Here's number two. Hold on. It's been a while since I've had to read, so let me get some more liquor.
And wear a mask while you do it, Isaac.
Oh, I should do that, right? Oregon man driving stolen car crashes into woman driving another stolen car. In the New York Post by Zachary Folk, July 8th, 2020. A police chase in Oregon ended when a driver fleeing authorities in a stolen car crashed into a woman driving another stolen car. The debacle took place Monday when police responded to a report of a stolen Toyota Land Cruiser driving through downtown Newburgh, according to the Newburgh Dundee police. A pursuit ensued and lasted for several blocks until a driver crashed into another car near an intersection. Cops identified the driver of the first car as Randy Lee Cooper of Portland. After taking Cooper into custody, the police realized that the second car was also reported stolen in an unrelated crime 3 weeks ago. The driver of that car, Kristen Nicole Bew, was also found to be under the influence. Cooper was charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, attempting to elude police, assault, and reckless driving. Reports say that the two are now married and living together in the Chaz. No, I added that last part.
How did those names happen to be Randy and Kristen? That's too ironic to me.
Oh shit! I didn't even pick up on the Kristen part of it. I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. All right, so there's that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, that comes to us from HDNB as well. All right, next one. We have how many you want to do tonight?
Oh, real quick. Here's one. Here's a related story, real
Yes.
fast. Not to interrupt too long.
No?
A guy at work, he called me earlier in the week and said, "Hey, I need Tuesday off. I got to go to court." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I got to explain my participation in a robbery." He's like, "So what happened was, he got home from work and there was a guy out front of his place that was out of gas. So he, my employee went and got him like a quarter of a gallon of gas, said, 'Hey, this will help you get to the gas station,' and off you go." And next thing you know is the cops show up and they're questioning him, and turns out the guy he gave the gas to had robbed his neighbor.
Oh no!
But somehow was out of gas after doing so. So this guy's like, now he has to go explain how he's complicit in this robbery of his neighbor.
Jeez! Oh my God! I'm sorry. So are we adding that to Dick of the Week noms?
We could do that. We could. Well, wait. So who's the dick in that story? I don't know if he's a dick. He was trying to be the nice guy. I don't know who's a dick in that one. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
It's somewhat relatable. All right.
Because we haven't done a proper Dick of the Week in a long time. We're behind on some of these stories. This is from May 11th of 2020.
Wow.
IKEA masturbation incident in China forces company to tighten security, by Lee Brown, New York Post. She did it herself, all right. A woman was caught on camera masturbating while half naked in a Chinese IKEA store, prompting the DIY furniture company to pledge stricter security. The 2-minute pornographic clip shows the unidentified woman wearing just a white shirt as she pleasures herself in various sections of the store. As other shoppers walk by, the woman initially sat on a chair, touching herself as she thrust her butt toward the camera. She then sat on a bed with her legs spread wide, at one point seeming to catch the eye of some guys walking past, before taking off her shirt in a more secluded spot in the store. After going viral, the X-rated footage was soon scrubbed from Chinese social media, but with interest so high, even the Swedish furniture giant's response got 9 million views, according to Agence France Presse. We resolutely oppose and condemn this kind of behavior and immediately reported it to the police in the city of the suspected store, IKEA said in a statement, without revealing the name of the branch. The Homeware Group said Saturday it would take even more careful security and public cleanliness measures and encourage all customers to browse stores in an orderly and civilized way. Chinese citizens can face up to 10 days administrative detention for deliberate public nudity, while those who upload and disseminate obscene content online face up to 15 days detention and a maximum fine of 3,000 yuan, or just under $425, the agency said. Some Chinese social media users have speculated it was a store in Guangdong province, as Cantonese, spoken in parts of southern China, can be heard in the background store announcements. We should report Dylan to the Chinese authorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. With nobody
Easy
wearing
enough.
a face mask, it is also assumed that the pornographic clip was filmed before the coronavirus outbreak, which brought China to a standstill from late January. The pandemic had forced IKEA to temporarily close stores around the world, including all 50 in its second biggest market, the United States. This woman is so brave. I don't understand. She's just doing it in broad daylight, read one Weibo post that gained more than 8,000 likes. Police arrested 5 people, including the young couple in the video, over the matter, while Uniqlo clothing chain Uniqlo denied it was a publicity stunt. Okay. All right. So there's that one. You got thoughts?
It sounds like a publicity stunt. Okay. So if she went to all those various locations in a 2-minute clip, yeah, it was staged. Like they were obviously doing it on purpose. But my favorite part is that when it said, at one point seeming to catch the eye of some guys walking past.
Yeah.
As if I wouldn't be able to stop staring. Like if I was walking through IKEA and some lady's like only wearing a shirt and she's got her legs spread and she's pleasuring herself, how do you not stare? Like my wife would definitely probably slap me, be like, "Hey, eyes over here." But I mean, at some point, it's like this is a train wreck's happening right here. You can't look away.
I bet that guy got kicked out of his Warcraft guild.
Oh, all 5 of them, probably. Warcraft is huge over there in China, too.
Yep.
It said 5 people arrested. And that's what happens. This is why it has to be publicity stunt, because in China, they got cameras everywhere. All that CCTV or whatever. So
all right.
They knew they'd get caught.
Our final Dick of the Week nomination for this week is from the Associated Press of May 8th, 2020. Cops. McDonald's mask scofflaw breaks window, steals panties. From Brooklyn, Connecticut. Oh my God, I know somebody from Brooklyn, Connecticut. A man who had been kicked out of McDonald's restaurant for having no face mask threw a rock through the window, stole some underwear from a Walmart, and surrendered when police threatened to set a dog on him, authorities say. Jason Daddario, 37, was charged with criminal mischief and breach of peace, according to a police report. An attorney to comment on his behalf couldn't be found. Daddario was asked to leave the McDonald's in Brooklyn, Connecticut last week for failing to comply with a statewide order to wear masks in businesses to curb the spread of the coronavirus, Harvard Current reported Thursday. Daddario threw the rock and then stole several pairs of ladies' underwear from a nearby Walmart, according to the police report. He tried to flee, but thought better of it when a police dog met him as he left the store, authorities said. All right, so a guy got pissed off. He got kicked out of McDonald's, and he stole some underwear over it. That's
You know what? Maybe they just make a really good mask or something. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, what is it? What goes through this guy's mind? He's definitely on something, but what goes through your mind when you're like, I'm getting kicked out of the McDonald's, let me go steal some underwear? Like, what? This is very sporadic. It's like spinning a wheel of things to go steal from Walmart.
Right. Okay, so we have the people in Florida selling a miracle cure for coronavirus. We have an Oregon man driving a stolen car and meets the love of his life who's also driving a stolen car when they crash. We have a Chinese woman masturbating in an IKEA in China. And we have this guy got pissed off at McDonald's because he wasn't wearing a mask and they threw him out. So he threw a rock about it and stole some panties. Ray, think on this one. This one's going to be tough.
After much deliberation, the incredibly handsome expert judges have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to...
What are you thinking, buddy? We didn't do much deliberating, but what did you think? What are you thinking?
To me, it seems pretty easy. We're going with the people trying to sell shit down in Florida. I think that's very dick-like.
Are you going to give HDNB 2 in a row? Oh, man, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, this is good submissions. They outperform the other ones.
I didn't like her dig and us talking about something very important like Marconin. Like I don't know if I appreciate that too much.
Yeah, but to me that doesn't. It's two separate incidents.
Yeah, you're right. Because I'm what I'm doing right now is basically cancel culture. I didn't like what she said, so I want to get rid of her.
Yeah.
No, I'm not about that life.
Yes.
I'm not about that. There's a lot of interesting stories here, but yeah, the people selling the cure-all to COVID-19. That's your Dick of the Week.
It.
Absolutely. Isaac, go find out some more information.
Unbelievable.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Florida's
Now
crazy.
I can't wait for next week.
Let's see here. We are going into, I forget which one it was. Oh, there it is.
Thinking with your dick, man?
Yes, we are.
You want segments? We've got segments. It's Thinking with Your Dickman.
Randy's shaking his head. Oh, he's bobbing along. Okay. All right, Ray. Read this week's question.
So we pulled this one from the email database. We got a big backlog. So Jay writes in, I have been a part of a podcast with a good friend of mine for the last couple of years.
Oh, shit.
Recently, we broke up because her husband was jealous of me and thought I was trying to steal his wife, who is my partner. What should I do? Man, that's tough. Yeah, that's it. Man, it's a tough one.
I say this every week.
What's your take
when we do these? Is that I need more information. What was the podcast about? How old is everybody? Jay, are you married? What else is going on around that? There's more than just the husband being jealous, right? Okay, how many episodes have you done? All right, but I mean, my advice to you, Jay, would be, apologize profusely. All right, grovel if you have to. Make sure the husband feels secure in knowing that you're a beta. Okay. And then apologize to the wife as well for upsetting the husband. All right. That way, you please everybody. The husband feels more dominant. The podcast partner of yours, she feels like you sufficiently addressed your shortcomings and flaws and are working to better yourself as a human being. So you absolutely you should apologize profusely, grovel, beg for forgiveness, tell everybody how wrong you are, and reaffirm how right they are. And you will go on to more podcast success and bliss. What do you think, Ray?
I think that's some very solid advice.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top that. My initial thought was that you should just leave. You've left that podcast. So maybe start a new one with someone that's really, really, really ridiculously good looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure things will work out just fine for you.
Yeah. I mean, you could always hold your pride and realize that they might be terrible people and that it might be best to go. And when your best friend, who would later die in a canoe accident, tells you, you got to get the fuck out of there, you should probably run and get the fuck out of there. Right. But when you do go, Jay,
don't look back. Mm-hmm.
Well, control your narrative. Right. Get your side of the story out before anybody else does. Hold your balls.
Yeah. Definitely don't wait 6 years.
Don't wait 6 years because nobody will care.
As just an arbitrary number. It's just an arbitrary number.
You never. I mean, it could be 6, could be 8, could be 4. It doesn't. Just don't wait. You should tell your story.
Just don't wait.
You should tell your story immediately because because being a cool guy about it will get you fucking nothing. Will get you absolutely nothing because people will walk on you and take advantage of you, and they will accept your silence as submission, and you will lose everything. You will lose everything.
Yeah.
And you have to build it back up.
I don't know if you've, I don't know if you've heard this one, but there's something similar going on like the World of Warcraft community right now, where this guy was accused of something and he has stayed silent this whole time. And it's probably hurting him. Mm-hmm. This just broke like a couple weeks ago, but yeah, basically the whole thing is he hasn't really said anything. He was barely accused of anything and people are blowing it out of proportion.
Yeah.
So my recommendation, definitely make sure that you speak up. If it's not true,
you gotta say
speak
something.
up, control the narrative.
You got to say at least something, because if you don't say anything, people automatically assume you're guilty. Like if you just disappear from the internet, that's a sign of guilt.
Exactly.
If I ever saw one myself, you got to say something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Thanks for writing in, Jay. Yeah. Let me know what kind of podcast. He'll die.
He disappeared. He's guilty.
No, he joined ISIS. He's guilty of that, but he got killed in some crossfire a couple weeks ago. I didn't tell you that. I was very upset.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he fucking died.
How come that's fucked up?
Because you know what? We were talking about Marconin and stuff, right? And I didn't want to bring everybody down with the bad news of Huell's passing, but Huell's dead. Yeah. And I might. It's the liquor. I might have to end up deleting all of Huell's contributions because they make me so sad thinking about him. So if you wake up one morning, Ray, and 52 episodes of the Rich Dickman Show is missing, it's because I got really sad about it. And I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if
it makes sense.
All the best ofs are scrubbed from YouTube, those will have to go. It's a very complicated situation when somebody dies like that.
It's the right thing to do, though. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So download them now. Maddie, don't be a bitch like with the Liquor Fueled. And you said, hey, oi, Rem, I have the Liquor Fueled episodes on my laptop. And then I'll be like, hey, Maddie, do you have those Liquor Fueled episodes on your laptop? And he's like, oi, mate, no, I do not, because I'm a drunken idiot and I did not save them properly. And then we don't have Liquor Fueled. So then what you got to do is you take your broken hard drive and you give it to Ask Producer Chris. And he does. He's like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know anything. So then you get your broken hard drive back and you send it off to your buddy. Let's call him Ray. And you send your broken hard drive off to Ray. And then Ray gets a hold of you and says, listen, I know what makes the sound that it's making. And that's a good thing. But I also don't know why it's making that sound, which is a bad thing. And the professionals charge like $1,500 to get your stuff off of here. I could try it, but I could also lose everything. He's like, fuck it. You know what, Ray? Just fucking do it. I got a lot of juicy stuff on that hard drive. Just get it. Just get it. And if you can't get it, I haven't had it in 6 years anyways. I won't know any different, but I got a lot of incriminating shit. I got Liquor Fueled on there. I got all the Torn Think Tank music. I got everything. Ray, have you made any progress on my hard drive? Oi, Ray.
The house has been taking up my time.
Wait,
I thought these were
these are
real people.
These are
but
hypotheticals.
It sounds like this fake ass producer Chris person doesn't have a real IT degree.
No.
Whereas this made up Ray person sounds like he's top notch.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is me outside looking in.
At least
I don't
he's
know the full
honest.
story.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck, you want me to
at
get
least-
angry,
at least
Randy?
he's
I'm going to
honest.
fucking get angry right now. Fucking fix my goddamn hard drive. Who cares about your house? Get my hard drive going. Jesus Christ.
What's more important?
Me.
We could make so much money if that hard drive was fixed. We could make so much money off the juicy content on
I
there.
just saw
that
the
we pay for
blackmail
the house
alone.
tenfold. Yeah. Ooh.
Fuck.
Ooh.
All right. Listen, we're winding down here, but I do want to give a shout out to our friends at Not for Human Consumption, Not for Human Consumption podcast. My words are starting to slur. Apologize. Matt's top notch. Love that guy. And Jay's a good dude. And Dave's stupid as fuck. And Dylan's a nice guy too. So if you want a little preview of the kind of quality content you get at NFHC, here's a little bit.
Let me paint a picture for you. All right.
You see what I did for you, Rem's dad?
It's Christmas time 2020.
Uh-huh.
Ram and fam go to the parents' house for Christmas weekend. Rem wakes up in the night, in the middle of the night. He's got to take a piss or something. He's walking down the hallway and he just hears the. He's tired yet curious. He peeks his head in and just sees Rem's dad just pounding away on me.
What? He's got his ankles against his chest.
He's just holding him by his ankles and working Dylan like a fucking fleshlight.
2020 on Rem's dad's fleshlight.
I don't know who pulled this clip. Wow.
Now, so it went from
oh man,
it went from fucking Rem's mom
he's just
to fucking Rem's dad.
No, it's Rem's dad.
No, to now Rem's dad fucking us.
Like fleshlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's the boys for you. So
Dave's so good at putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
he really is.
Oh,
he
proud of you, Dave.
He figured it all out, man. Way to go, buddy. All right.
I wonder how long it takes him. Like he does those like 4-piece puzzles.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are like 1,000 pieces. He's never completed one.
Well, hey man, they're slide puzzles, okay? So I need a few extra minutes to slide that shit. Fucking dope. Be funnier next time, Dave. All right, get drunk or something first. Jesus Christ! You don't blame thinking it's a family show on your poor performance. God damn it!
Family show?
Yeah,
that's probably the funniest joke we've had on the show.
The name is
Oh my
Rich
God.
Dickman. You stupid asshole! You haven't figured out what it's a fucking
family show. I love that. Now presenting the best family show on the internet with this wholesome cast of guests, porn stars, Sarah Starr, Elisa May. Like, what are we? The fuck?
Today on your family show, Rem talks about his fingers in the mouth fetish.
Oh my God.
God damn
I can't get over that he said that.
Right, let's bring it home.
Like he still thinks that. Oh my God, I love it.
Thank you so much for listening to the Rich Dickman Show. Those few ears that we do get from you mean so much to us. So thank you so much. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, you can tell a friend, leave a review. We did get a recent review on the iTunes, so we thank you for that. And it made me feel good because it said they were a fan of Rem for a while, and I did something like change
For
your
a
life
while.
or something. Yeah, it was great. So thank you. But if you like us even more than that, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/richdickman. You get extra content every week. And right now, if you ever wanted to go deep behind the scenes, it's all the emails that broke up Torn Think Tank. Read by me, listened to by Ray. Ray gives some awesome thoughts on them. And I do some great dramatic readings, Ray. I really do. Get bonus clips, bonus shows, and at the top level, your very own custom t-shirt. Kristen, who's in our Discord tonight, will be getting hers in the next couple of weeks. And so thank you. Thank you, Kristen, for being a part of this. You can find us online at richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. That's right. Click that merch tab and get yourself some swag. We got stickers. We got sweatshirts. We got t-shirts. We got a t-shirt that says China is asshole. We got I survived coronavirus 2020. I made that when I thought it would be over by June. It's not over. It's not over yet. So maybe get it for Christmas. I don't know, but it's there. And you can also check us out on YouTube. If you do check us on YouTube, please subscribe. A couple people leave comments, so it'd be fun to get some comments too. If you want, I don't care. If you don't, it's cool. It goes up no matter what. Isaac's got a new podcast out, episode 6 of Chimping Out with Isaac Jackson, with a brand new co-host Cripple Jesus, good friends of the show right there. So check them out. And again, I played their clips, but NFHC, our buddies, they're our buddies every Tuesday. Check that show out as well. richdickmanshow@gmail.com. Call the Dickman line 860-316-4776. We're at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. You find producer Ryan at RyanTRDS. Randy left social media, but he used to be at Sir Zero. You'll find him in our Discord, bit.do/TRDS1. Of course, there's my mother, Rem_Mama, and Ray. Oh, wait a second, Ray. Before we get to you, most importantly, me, at Rem Dickman. Ray, how do we find you?
At Jules Winfeld on Twitter. I did look last week for that at Ray Dickman, but looks like we have a shitty intern maybe that thought he'd be funny and taking that. Not that.
You know, Ray, the thing about me is I'm a super nice guy. I need to stop being a super nice guy. So when someone comes to me and says, "Hey, Rem, what can I be your intern or something?" I'm like, "Oh my God, this is a great idea. I think we'd have a fun show about it." Right, and you could be an intern, right? And you could do some silly shit, and, and then that guy turns to be like the biggest asshole. Excuse me, Jesus, changing my name to Obscene Things. All right, I'm a very respectable individual, Ray. I don't know if you know this, okay, but I've got a real life. All right, Rem Dickman is not just a podcast host. Rem Dickman is a real person. So when you change Rem Dickman's name to something so obscene and disgusting, it has an effect. It has an effect throughout. It ripples. It's like you throw a nickel into a pond. What happens, Ray? What happens? It ripples out. All the shores get touched. All the shores, right? So go fuck yourself, intern. Ray, got anything last thought?
I like how you baller moved him. Said a nickel. We know he doesn't even have a nickel to his name.
No.
He's a penny.
No.
little bitch.
Yeah, little bitch. Go fuck yourself. Shit, goddamn. This whiskey is making this coffee whiskey. I'm crazy.
How does somebody, just imagine putting that on your resume. Fired from intern. Yeah.
Oh. Last thoughts, or I'm saying goodnight.
We can say goodnight. I'm all for it. Good night. Sleep tight.
We need 2 more minutes. Fuck it. Good night. See ya. I gotta drink that liquor.
Do we need 2 more minutes? Oh yeah. What did you drink? Oh, we got those Isaac voicemails. That's 6 minutes.
That's right. That's right. We're getting into the Isaac voicemails right now. We'll do those are for a post show. We'll do other podcasts too. Let's see here. What do we got from Isaac? Let's go.
Hey man, real talk, man. I got a stuffy nose this shit, man, but real talk, free my nigga Barcoded though, man. Yeah, I mean, free Barcoded, bro. Fuck all these niggas, man. All up on that nigga, bitch.
He said free Barcoded.
Yeah. I mean, you wasn't even that fired anyways, bitch. You look like I talk about I'm trying to come up in here and get some some real walnuts and shit, and you coming in with some pecans. Fuck you, bitch. This nigga was coming up on he came into some shit that he ain't know what it was, man. Free my nigga Barcoded. Real talk, bruh. For real, B. Real talk, B. Free my nigga Marconin, bruh.
That's just, the last line, as transcribed by Google, says, "Real talk, bro. Real be real. Salt be free by Niggle, Phone, and Bro." That's what it says. All right, moving on. We got another one.
That's what it sounds like when you have a cold.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Well, I mean, I just had to, I had to, leave a little funny message. I mean, shit. I'm calling in and trying to make it, you know, short, but at the same time, you know, I figure, you know, like, you know, the Cripple Jesus Isaac show, you know, kind of is a part of, you know, the Rich Dickman Show network, bro. Like it's, you know, it's serious. If it blows up, it's just like, you know, gotta look to who made you and shit. It's just how it is. But, I mean, shit, I think that episode went well. I mean, it's a lot easier with the host. I want, you know, shout out to Cripple Jesus. Shout out to CJ Real Talk. Also, my real thoughts on Marconin is, I mean, I genuinely think that, like, Rem's take on it was, like, legit. Like, it really was. Like, I mean, like, you can't really put guilt on somebody if, like, you know, they come from such a different circumstance and they find themselves just thrown into, like, a spotlight where, you know, they didn't really think there was a spotlight technically. I mean, even if they became a dick about it, it's like, you know, like, Rem could even put that aside and just be like, I still just don't think, like, you know, it was, like, predatory. I mean, I just don't, like, he literally just found himself in a situation where it's like, wait a minute, I can actually get pussy now? What? You know? And then, like, everyone has, like, you know, it's like, I hate that shit, though, bro. It's like, if you regret it, that doesn't mean you can, guess what? That means you regret it. That doesn't mean that nigga raped you at the time. Sorry. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna drop no, you know, I ain't gonna drop no KYS. Sorry about that last time, Rem. But, I mean, that's on a serious note. I'll leave another one that's a little bit more funny, but I mean, that's, you know, that's my serious thoughts on Marcon. I mean, like, I mean, this cancel culture shit and this Me Too shit is just like, just along with so many other things, are just like part of like an ideological system that's just like crippling, like, it's literally destroying society. Like, you know what I mean, Rem? Like, the whole South Dakota move, I'm just like, I'm so behind that. I'm just like, even I'm concerned, I'm just like, bro, I gotta like get away from like, I gotta live somewhere rural with just less people. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's right, man. It's like a break. You know what I mean? Holy shit, bro. Real talk.
All right. Another 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Here we go.
Dude.
All right, so this is going to be a little bit more upbeat. I mean, you know, I just get a little bit down when you know, when somebody gets, you know, screwed over when they ain't even did nothing. But shit, man, I don't even know what today's episode is about. I mean, shit, y'all probably, I'm going to be in there and y'all going to be discussing some interesting things. I mean, you probably going to have like, you know, 15 porn stars guesting and shit. That's dope. Cripple Jesus wants to get Larry on, but, you know, Larry isn't really a fan of, you know, he might feel accosted if I'm just like, hey, man, you got to say the N-word, though, bro. Like, come on, bro. You got to put on the ring. You got to put on the, you know, the stonemason ring, bro. You got to put it on. We're Illuminati now, nigga. But, I don't know. CJ's, you know, he's pretty pumped about the podcast, and I'm, you know, like, I think Rem is like, you know, he the shot caller, bro. He coach. I got to call Rem coach, and Ray's like, you know, Asian coach. He's like the math coach. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know, you got to take me off the bench. And Rem's just like, it's not time for you to go off the bench. I know I got my third eye, bro. Just hold the fuck up. And then he was just like, make Cripple Jesus your podcast co-host. Trust me. And so I did. And then I was like, damn, coach, you know what you're doing. Can I go off the bench yet? No, nigga. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's dope. I mean, I'm just calling in because, like, you know, I want to call in consistently on each episode. And, you know, it's kind of a little featurette of, you know, usually I'm a little bit more upbeat, but, you know, I'm still dealing with, you know, I still want to remix that song with Cripple Jesus, bro, that I Love It by Kanye. You know what I mean? Damn. You know what I mean? Like, you know, except it ain't, you're such a fucking hoe. It's more like, you're such a fucking cunt. I actually don't like it. Like, song. You know what I mean? You gotta, I don't know. I found my truth, and my truth is vengeance and retribution. Damn, nigga, I'm just gonna do some bonus content and shit and, you know, relieve that stress. Maybe beat the steak up. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all have a good one. Real talk. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
As a bonus episode.
Right. And here's another little bonus that I just got sent to me in my DMs. All right, you ready, Ray? I hope you can hear this. Okay, here we go.
Could you quiet down? I'm trying to give a eulogy over here. Have some respect.
Remember this, Ray?
I can't hear it.
Ah, shit. That's terrible eulogy music. Fuck it.
You hear it now?
Yeah.
There's a man, Hulhausen, never got to know. The podcaster he was growing up to be. He's a good-looking, clear-eyed fellow. About 42? I can see him. He's the type of guy men want to be around. Because he has integrity, you know? He has character. You can't fake that. And he's a guy women want to be around too. Because there's a tenderness in it, respect, and loyalty, and courage. And women respond to that. Makes him a terrific husband. This guy. I see him as a father. That's where he really shines. See when he looks in his kid's eyes and that kid knows that her daddy really, really sees her. She sees who he is. And that child knows that she is an amazing person. She's white.
Jeez, Ray, I thought there was jokes in this.
That I'll never get.
You don't remember this?
I do, but I remember the jokes. Randy, send me this music, by the way. Huel, you were a great friend. I miss you very much. You meant a lot to me. This wouldn't have happened without you, Huel. I wouldn't have done a podcast by myself. I know me. Nobody listens anyways. The least downloaded podcast episodes we have are the Rem solo episodes, which is why I brought Jules Winfeld, aka Ray Dickman, on.
Oh yeah.
That's right, so I didn't want to do it alone. So Huel, without you, I never would have met Ray. Ray would have never been a part of the Rich Dickman Show. And Ray wouldn't be one of my very good friends right now, right? And Huel, without you, Randy would have never become executive producer Randy. We've been a very important person and a good friend as well. And one day, Huel, because of you, I'm gonna meet Ray, I'm gonna meet Randy, I'm gonna give each of them a big hug. I'm gonna do that thing with Ray's nose. You do the little kids, be like, I got your nose, beep, 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 I got your nose. And rip that fucking nose right off his face. And be like, Ray, no, it's a big goddamn nose. And it hurts. You're not Jewish. You got beautiful kids. Ray, does your wife like sushi? Because I'm getting sushi for everybody.
No, but I'll eat enough for her.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. And Randy, I hope you like chocolate bars, because I love a good Hershey's chocolate bar. It's my favorite type of chocolate, the Hershey's is. And we can make s'mores. Like if you come to my house, Randy, we can make s'mores together. I got a little fire pit. Now that Buster's dead, I'm going to move it to where Buster used to be, so we can remember Buster together. Yeah, I didn't realize there was so much not vocal production to this, so I'm just kind of filling up, waiting to see if something else popped in, and nothing did. So God bless you, Huel. I miss you.
Just going.
I miss you very much. I hope you're